I found my boyfriend's home movies with another girl on his laptop, but tonight is the biggest night of his life and I'm debating on whether or not to ruin it. We were in love, and I'd be lying if I said I didn't still love him, but I just found out that he clearly doesn't love me. I discovered proof that he has been cheating on me for a while now, in the form of small home movies of him and the girl he was cheating on me with. I don't know the girl, and from the looks of their conversations she has no idea I exist. Tonight is the biggest night of my boyfriend's life. He's receiving a state award at a big dinner with a few hundred people attending, from his mom and dad to councilmen and all of that. In fact, the only reason I discovered the cheating videos of him is because I have been using his laptop to put together a little video for him at his award dinner to enjoy some of the key moments of his life. You know, typical sappy stuff. I'm burdened with a lot of power right now. I don't know if I have it in me to do the right thing, or if I even know what the right thing is. I'm blinded with tears of rage and sadness and betrayal, but at the same time I love him and have loved him, so do I really want to do this to him? There's no doubt that the relationship is over because I'm not the kind of woman who will take her man back from cheating on her. That's not the issue right now. The issue is there are cute-looking selfies of the two of them. A lot of them, only shared between the two of them. So do I sneak one of these photos in the award dinner video I'm making for him as a way of letting him know that I know? Or do I show him grace and simply just confront him after his big moment? I'm not going to pick up everything and leave without cutting contact. That's not my style and it wouldn't make me feel good, just very sad. Do I do the bishy mean girl thing for once in my life? To anyone looking at the picture slideshow it would just look like a picture of him and a friend. But to him and to me, it would be a private message, an outing of big proportions. Update. Well, it's been a month and a half since this all went down. I have gotten so many requests for an update and I never intended to actually give one because I was afraid of the fallout depending on what I ended up doing. So what did I do? I did the immature and vengeful thing. I don't regret it for 1 second. I took a few photos of the two of them, tasteful photos that gave off no indication other than she might be a childhood friend. I slipped them into the slideshow, I spoke kindly of him at the podium, and then after my turn was finished I walked out and I drove home feeling calm and in control. 20 minutes later and the text started rolling in from him. Where did you go? What did you know? Where did you find the photos? What are you going to do? I texted him, I know you've been screwing her, but there are no more photos. There weren't any and of course I left it at that. He didn't come home that night or the next. The next day he called me to ask me if we could meet and talk at a public location, so I agreed to meet him at Starbucks. I arrived early and waited for him. He showed up a few minutes late and took the seat across from me. He started right off with the excuses like how it just happened randomly and he regrets it fully, or how she doesn't mean anything to him, and that she looked like a girl he had a crush on in high school and he was powerless against his teenage self. I didn't interrupt him at all, and I just let him have his time. When he was done and looking at me for a sign of what might happen next, all I could say was, "So where did you stay the past few nights?" He responded, "Her house." I looked at him blankly and said, "And what did you do?" He wouldn't answer. There hadn't been any doubt in my mind really. I knew I was leaving him. He talked over himself, apologizing, begging for forgiveness and saying he'd change. I told him that I didn't want him to have to change himself. That if who he was naturally was someone who cheats on his girlfriend, then that's not someone I wanted to be with. He said that he was thinking of proposing to me, and all I could say after that was, well, it's a good thing I found out before. Fast forward to a few weeks later and he's moved out and I'm doing well. We have cut off contact and I haven't heard from him since our meetup. People ask me about him all the time and I just let them know. He left me for a girl who looked like his high school crush. So that's the end of things and I don't feel any regret for how I handled it.